These are my Saturday superlatives at offensive line. I will always try to highlight these guys whenever possible because they don't get enough love and attention. But sometimes there's not enough guys that stood out to me to do a whole segment. Sometimes I'll just lump them in with other things. But this time I wanted to mention some guys in particular, including Akim Okwanu of NC State. He had pancakes and 3 knockdowns and was just physically imposing all day. Just he was imposing his will on whoever was unfortunate enough to be lined up across from him. And this is a really good year for centers. I mentioned Tyler Orsini a few weeks ago. Also, Nathan Eldridge of Oregon State really caught my eye. Once again, football intelligence, which you sort of always expect from centers anyway. That running game, I talk about what B.J. Baylor did. A lot of that was behind Nathan Eldridge. They just were dominant in the run game, and a lot of it was because of him. He was also good as a pass blocker. His PFF score as a pass blocker was 83.1%. I just noticed him moving people around. I'm a big fan of Arkansas State's Donovan West. I don't have any PFF scores or anything for him. I just watched him. When I watched Arkansas State, I mean, it's not often you say, oh, my eye just finds the center. But when I watch Arkansas State, my eye finds the center. This kid can play. Check him out, please. If you're an offensive line person, let me know, because that's not my area of expertise, but he caught my eye. Justin Red. Now, once again, full disclosure, I'm a Norfolk State University graduate, but I watched every Norfolk State game, thank you ESPN Plus and various other streams I find, but he looks great. He against St. Francis, he had 9 pancakes, he had no penalties, no sacks allowed, and I just talked to the offensive line coach there, and he said he's graded out at a 78% clip so far this year, but that was his best game of the season. Once again, sticking with interior linemen. Great day for interior linemen. Offensive guard TJ Bass of Oregon. Once again, I don't have any PFF scores or anything, but I noticed he's a beast. He's a flat-out beast. So I guess it's a B plus for Beast Plus, I guess is what his grade would be for me, at least. And last but not least, Kentucky. We already know last year about the story about losing their legendary offensive line coach, unfortunately, who was fighting cancer all throughout that season, and even I think the year before. But they still have that spirit. They still consider themselves the leaders of the team to some extent, and it shows. Luke Fortner, who of course is a center, which means it's a leadership position anyway. 84% grade, no sacks allowed, no pressures allowed. Calls, makes a lot of the line adjustments himself or does them in concert with the coaches in the center. Super smart guy and a tough guy. Those are my offensive line superlatives looking back at week 4.